What's up, YouTube? So here goes part two of this smoking weed is wrong thing. And if you want specific advice on how to quit smoking weed, watch videos number 4, 5, and 6. They have the most specific advice on how to quit smoking weed. And just so you know, I haven't smoked weed for 4 years and like 2 months. And I'm 100% sober. I don't even drink or smoke or anything like that, okay? So one more point back on something else I was talking about in the previous video was about how your body wouldn't want you to smoke weed, like if it could say so. Look, if your body could talk, it would scream for help. If your body could talk, it would just cuss you out and scream for help every chance it got. Once it got near some people, some pedestrians, they'll go like, "Help! Help! Like he's abusing me! Like please help! Somebody help me! He abuses me every day. He doesn't take care of me. He's not taking care of me. Please, somebody throw us in jail." At least in jail, I'll like sleep right, eat right, and I won't be abused every day. It's just like you're torturing yourself. You're torturing your lungs. You're torturing your brain. Like when I used to smoke weed, I could physically feel my brain. Like I could feel my brain changing. Like I could feel something in my brain. Like I could feel where the weed just went. Like it felt like the weed is like right here. I could always feel it was like right here or something, or like up here. Like I could physically feel like my brain being affected by like literally while I was smoking. Like I'd be like, oh my gosh, like I don't feel that anymore. Like I could picture where the smoke went or something because like I can almost feel something in my head like right here. I mean that's bad, dude. And anyway, your brain would say, dude, I at least want to go a day without elective torture. Like you're like pretty much volunteering to torture yourself like on purpose. Your brain would say like your brain would pull up a chair and have a talk with you, be like, hey, listen, man, you've been abusing me for too long. You know, I am capable of so much. Like I want to do so much with my life, and you keep me locked up, and not only do you keep me locked up in a cage, but you beat me every night. You treat me like crap. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be on the same team here, and all you do is I want good stuff, and not only do you not even give me the good stuff. I mean, I'd be fine with starving, but not only do you starve me, but you force me to eat stuff that's bad for me. It's like someone who's like, man, can you please give me some food, and you feed them nails or something, and you feed them like gasoline and nails. Hey, drink some gasoline and eat some nails. It's like the opposite of what they need. Not only is it not what they need, but it's the opposite of what it needs. Like your lung is like gasping for air. Give me air only, please, air only. But you're like, not only am I not gonna feed you air, buddy, but I'm gonna feed you smoke. Like, dang, you must hate me then. What did I ever do to you? You know what I mean? It's like saying, dang, dude, that's like messed up. It's like pouring water on a flame. It's like you saying, yeah, I want to just destroy you. Um, but seriously, I bet your body would prefer that you're in jail right now. At the very least, it wouldn't be tortured like that. At least on a regular basis, probably get tortured in the booty a little bit. You know what I mean? But anyway, so, and there's this other thing that I wanted to bring up. On the news recently, they said smoking cigarettes makes you a negative person. And then they went on to say smoking anything makes you a negative person. And then went on to say even drinking alcohol makes you negative. Negative personality, I think, is what they said. So eventually, you never see like a, hey, what's up, bro? It's nice to meet you. You know what I mean? Like those people who smoke cigarettes are just like, yeah, everything's gone to crap. The economy this, the economy that. They're just like, yeah, F this guy, F that guy. Most people who smoke cuss, I think. Like, you know what I mean? You just become this bad person. Like, you just like smoke cigarettes and you just got a negative, dried up personality. Like sometimes I can meet people and I bet you that person smokes because of the kind of stuff they say. I mean, like it wouldn't surprise me. And then there's people that I meet that are so bright and glowing and so like happy and bubbly. I'm like, dude, there's no way that person smokes anything. You know what I mean? Like I met this kid once. He was interning at this place I worked at, and a while back, way back, you could just tell that kid was like not doing any drugs, not drinking anything, not smoking weed, not smoking cigarettes. He was just so youthful and so happy. He was like 17, and he's actually 16, turning 17. And I thought this was all on my own because I was smoking weed at the time. It was all in my own head. And then another intern mentioned it to me. He's like, yeah, you know that kid's sober. Like, look at him. Just look at him. Like, and he was all like, he's like a puppy, dude. It's like, and you admire that. You're not like, oh, I hate that. It's like, no, I want that for me. Like, I wish I were like that. But anyway, so yeah, it makes you a negative person. And then here goes like a little story I can give you in my own, from what I have seen. There's this huge department store out here, right? It's kind of like Walmart. And there's this huge department store out here, right? And this huge department store gives you just, most people there have like really bad customer service, or they just don't have any customer service at all. They're just like ringing you up, boop, boop, just not even saying anything, okay? And and I noticed this one black guy. He was like probably like age 20, and and he was just so enthusiastic and did such an incredible job at customer service. He's like this really clean cut black guy, like clean shaven. His hair was just like perfectly like cut and everything, or just like a clean cut black guy. And he's like awake and he's just like really happy. You ask him a question, do you know where this is? Oh yeah, it's right over there. It's on aisle number 4. Da, 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 da. You want me to show you? And he'll like come and walk over and show you. And he's like brand new too. Like he just started working there. And I seriously, I noticed him like 5 times, because I go there all the time, and I didn't say anything to anyone. And I was at church one day, and then someone at church was comparing these two stores, the department store I just told you about versus Walmart. He's like, man, I went to Walmart recently, and I got this really bad customer service. And then he said he went to this other department store, and it's usually bad customer service. And anyway, he brought up this black guy that I seen, and he said, there's this one guy there that does an incredible job. He's like, I'm willing to bet that he's Christian. And I started laughing. I was like, I know exactly who you're talking about. And I bet you he is Christian. And then I even did hear him telling a customer about the Bible one day. He was like telling like just a long conversation. Like I passed by, and then 30 minutes later I passed by this way, and they were still talking about God. And anyway, so he's like a super like you can't complain about him. If you complain about characters like this, then you're a very like sad and like burnt out personality, because you can't really complain about guys like this. This guy's like a great guy. He's like a really cool, nice guy, and he's like bright, good personality. He's like, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, yeah, sure, let's, whatever. You want to talk about something? What's up? And then any question you ask him, he's got a lot to say. He's a very articulate person. And then out of nowhere, I come to work one day, or I come to work. I go to Target, or I go to this department store one day, and this guy's like, just got this. He's just all burnt out, man. Like I get there one day and he's ringing me up. He doesn't even say anything. He's just boop, boop, boop. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe he had a bad day or something. Maybe his boss just yelled at him. I didn't say anything. And then next time I come by, I notice again. I mean, he is just like a zombie. Like, I'm like, what the heck happened to this guy? And in my head, I'm like, I think he started smoking weed, you know? And I noticed him from a distance this time. And then I came by another time, and he was ringing me up, and this girl that was behind me, I knew her, and we're standing in line. I was like, oh, what's up? What are you doing here? And we both got rung up with the same guy. Anyway, he grew his sideburns in just looking like garbage. Like his sideburns were like out here. Just, I mean, it didn't look neat or anything. This guy's a clean-cut guy. His sideburns were just like down to his chin, and they were like afroed out, just all tacky, and his hair looked like crap, and his shirt just looked like crap. I mean, it was like not even buttoned up, and he just got like a stain even on there, like somewhere right here. He had like a white stain, like a toothpaste stain. And he was just like dazed, just like, and then we're just like, I said, hey man, are you all right? And he goes, yeah, I'm all right, man. He's just like talking, like almost talking to us like, I'm feeling cool, you know. I'm just all right, you know. And he started cussing too, like he never cussed before. He had a problem with the cash register or something, and I was like, is everything okay? It was like taking a while. He goes, yeah, these mother effers. The fool picked up the phone and had to like call someone, and we're waiting. He's like, these mother effers think I'm playing. These mother effers think I'm joking, man. These mother effers. He's like saying mother F-U-C, you know, E-R. And he said it like a whole bunch of times, talking about his coworkers, how they're all. Anyway, I have a friend that works at this department store, and I asked him, I said, hey, you know that guy over there? He goes, oh yeah, I know that guy. And my friend, who I'm talking to, he smokes a lot of weed. And I said, does that guy smoke? And he goes, yeah, he does smoke weed. I was like, do you know like how long he's been smoking for? He's like, actually, he just started smoking weed, now that you mention it. And I was like, how do you start smoking weed? Because like a lot of the people at this department store smoke weed. He was like, we started hanging out with so and so, and I guess that's how he got introduced to it through them. But I remember when I first started working here, he didn't smoke at all, and he was like a really good kid, like really good guy. Anyway, I stopped seeing him after a while, and then I asked my friend again. I said, "Hey, whatever happened to that dude we were talking about?" Like, oh, he got fired, man, and he got fired due to his just his work habits really went down, and people were customers were complaining about him because he was like overboard, like freaking. It's not like he was getting. I don't know if he was getting high at work, but that's just how you act even when you're not high. Like I'm not kidding you. When I was sober one time for a while, and I got hired at this one store in customer service, and then I relapsed and started smoking weed again while I was still working there. But I wouldn't get high and go to work, right? I would get high in my own time. And I'm not kidding you, just like everyone noticed this big change in me. I remember the general manager one time while I was ringing a customer up, or I was about to walk towards some direction, and the general manager's like, "Hey, can you ring this gentleman up right now?" And I go, "Yeah, sure." And then like as I'm ringing him up, my general manager, I'm just like, "Hey, how's it going, sir?" And I'm like doing my customer service and everything, like, "Hey, how you doing?" And whatever. I thought I said something like that. Anyway, the general manager comes over and says, go home right now." I'm just like, what? I was like, for what? What did I do? He's like, get out of here, go home right now. And I was just like, I ain't going home. And then we waited for him to leave, and he just like went off on me. He's like, what happened to you, man? He's like, I'm sick of this. And he was like telling me he could tell that I've been doing drugs. He's like, what have you been doing? He's like, I can tell. He's like, when I hired you, or when I first, because whatever, when we first met, you were not like this, and all of a sudden, every day you come to work and you got your demeanor. He used to say my demeanor has changed incredibly. If you want to look that word up, go look that word up. Smoking weed affects your demeanor like crazy, man. And I didn't admit to him that I started smoking weed again, but I guess he figured it out, and that was a really big deal to me. I was like, dang, like I can't believe like. Anyway, I knew what was going on. I was like, oh my gosh, smoking weed seriously affects you on every single level there is. Um, in every single way. Even other people can see it, you know? And anyway, man. So that's it. I just want to tell you about that guy and now in my opinion, in everyone's opinion, that guy was a better person when he was sober. That guy at the department store, when he was a sober guy, he was the guy that was so cool, was so like such a good guy that customers noticed it. Random people like that see him were like remembering him and being and remembered him enough to bring him up outside of like someone at church brought it up. He was like, dude, there was this guy over at that one department store, and man, does this guy give good customer service? And he was just like, he seems like a really good guy. Like, I mean, that guy had no idea, but people were so impressed with what a great personality he was and what a cool person he was that we were talking about him and he didn't even know about it. You know? So I mean, he went from being a really impressively cool guy, clean cut person, and like I can't tell because I'm a dude, but I guess I would say he's probably a good looking guy, you know. And also I can't tell this either, but when he started smoking weed, I think he looked like crap, to be honest with you. And I really do. I think he looked like not. I think a girl does not even look at him, really. I mean, I don't think it was anything special at that point. Um, yeah, man. And just so you know, smoking weed sucks. It does. And there's only like a minute left, so maybe I'll just cut it short. But yeah, man, I feel much better. Oh, and in case you're still watching this and whatever, eventually, like after enough people write me, I'm gonna make a video and we'll read everyone's testimony that they write me with. So if you've quit, if you've taken any steps into quitting, and you want to, write me your testimony, and when the subject put testimony, I'll save it, and then when I make the video, I'll read everyone's testimonies. And I want to do this because I know it's helpful. Just tell me like how life is now that you quit, and if you feel any different. Like a bunch of people write me, tell me that they quit and they feel alive, and that they found themselves, and it's like feel like fresh and alive and like they're discovering who they are. I got 2 seconds. Bye.